Hello, grade threes and fours. I kind of love this because it feels like a way we can do something together again. So, hello, good day. Look, you might notice I moved to the birthday board because in the time that we have been out of school, we have missed 7 birthdays. 7! So, I want to wish a super happy birthday to those people. Look back here, back in March. Allison, Hayden, Charlie, and Sean had a birthday. Happy birthday, guys. And at the start of April, Jada, Bentley, and Madeline all had birthdays. So lots of big double-digit birthdays there, too. And I know your birthdays were a little different this year, but you know what? You will always have a story about this birthday. So thinking of you guys and hope it was great for you. Before we read our story today, I would like to ask some questions. So, first of all, I wanted to ask if you could get a little sense of Edward Tulane's character yesterday. And I know he can't speak, but sometimes there were little clues about his character. What did you notice about him? Did you feel like he was a kind, loving toy? Did you feel more like he cared a lot about himself rather than Abilene? What did you think? And watch for that today. Secondly, do you remember who gave Edward Tulane to Abilene for her 7th birthday? It was her grandmother, Pellegrina. And Pellegrina specially ordered him and had his suits handmade in France. She's going to be in the story again today, too. I want to tell you lastly that I'm going to start a little group chat in Google Classroom LA34, and I'm going to ask some more questions and let you offer some ideas there, okay? All right. Pause me if you need to get something to draw or color if you like, or just relax and listen to chapter 3. I'm excited because I think we have some better sound today, so enjoy. Do you remember a key word from the end of chapter 2 indicating a change that was going to happen in the story? It was the word ship. She is called the Queen Mary, said Abilene's father, and you and your mamma and I shall sail on her all the way to London. What about Pellegrina? Said Abilene. I will not go, said Pellegrina. I will stay. Edward, of course, was not listening. He found the talk around the dinner table excruciatingly dull. In fact, he made a point of not listening if he could help it. But then Abilene did something unusual, something that forced him to pay attention. As the talk about the ship continued, Abilene reached for Edward and took him from his chair and stood him in her lap. And what about Edward? She said, her voice high and uncertain. What about him, darling? Said her mother. Will Edward be sailing on the Queen Mary with us? Well, of course, if you wish, although you are getting a little old for such things as China rabbits. Nonsense, said Abilene's father jovially. Who would protect Abilene if Edward was not there? From the vantage point of Abilene's lap, Edward could see the whole table spread out before him in a way that he never could when he was seated in his own chair. He looked upon the glittering array of silverware and glasses and plates. He saw the amused and condescending looks of Abilene's parents, and then his eyes met Pellegrina's. She was looking at him in the way a hawk, lazily hanging in the air, might study a mouse on the ground. Perhaps the rabbit fur on Edward's ears and tail and the whiskers on his nose had some dim memory of being hunted, for a shiver went through him. Yes, said Pellegrina without taking her eyes off Edward. Who would watch over Abilene if the rabbit were not there? That night, when Abilene asked, as she did every night, if there would be a story, Pellegrina said, "Tonight, lady, there will be a story." Abilene sat up in bed. "I think that Edward needs to sit here with me," she said, "so that he can hear the story too." "I think that is best," said Pellegrina. "Yes, I think that the rabbit must hear the story." Abilene picked Edward up, sat him next to her in bed, and arranged the covers around him. Then she said to Pellegrina, "We are ready now." "So," said Pellegrina. She coughed. "And so, the story begins with a princess." "A beautiful princess?" Abilene asked. "A very beautiful princess." "How beautiful?" "You must listen," said Pellegrina. "It's all in the story."